Hi everyone, it's Ayozia here. It's Sunday afternoon. Don't know what date it is. Sunday I have no idea actually. 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Hello, yes, I'm here. I was actually just doing some work this afternoon. I thought, well, I think I will record it because it's quite nice to do that, isn't it? And if I ever say to myself I'm gonna record a video today, I probably won't do it. So I thought I would just seeing as I was actually doing this now, I thought I would record a bit of it. So I'm in the process of making some collage sheets this time round using images that are like not other people's images, so either images that are in the public domain or using some of my artwork. That way I can scan it in to make a digital. This is the first time I've ever tried that, so we shall see how it goes. Just a huge thank you to everyone who's subscribed recently. It's been very exciting for me. I got over 1,000 subscribers, which for me is just incredible. I'm just I'm blown away. I started this channel with 3 subscribers, and that was my husband and 2 daughters. So it's amazing that so many of you have been willing to subscribe and just, you know, want to spend time with me here on this online, in this online world. It's hugely appreciated. So yes, let me show you what I've done so far. So this I'm currently working on, and these, no, that's not one of them. Let me, this impromptu as always, because so I've done these 3. I've done 3. So I did them yesterday evening. So this is the first one. This is the actual thing, just using various bits and pieces. Some of my artwork there. There's a tiny little bit of fabric, some decorative papers, which I think I got from the public domain images. I got from a mixture of the New York Public Library. Thanks Rachel at Roxy Creations for the recommendation, and from the British Library. The British Library also has a collection of public domain images. I think if you Google British Library public domain images, it probably will come up. So yeah, it's a mixture of, there's a bit of fabric there. One of the tags I made that I scanned in. And anyway, this is what it looks like printed out as a, you know, scanned in and printed out. So it's, I think it's quite nice. I might edit it a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too, I mean, it's bright enough really as a collage sheet, because the idea is you can just use it in whatever way you want it. I suppose you could cut out a bit like that to make a tag and add stuff to it, or have this as a fold-up page, or I mean, or whatever. It's just there for, I'm going to have fun and playing with these. This idea really is completely, again, from Rachel at Roxy Creations. She has some collage digital sheets, and I think Tracie Fox also does. So I'm hugely inspired by them. So yeah, so that's that one, and that's the scan. And then this one is actually, this is all fabric. I'm debating, I think I probably will stitch them down, all the bits, and rescan it, but this is it as it is, and this is the scan. I think that came out really nice. So I'm glad I scanned it in without the stitching, because then when I stitch it, I'll then see which one I prefer. So that's that one. And then last but not least is this one. So that's an extra. Let's move those over there. This one, I think that turned out really nice, and that is the scan. So I'm working on another one today. I printed out some more rose images, and this paper I think is from the British Library. They've got some decorative papers that are in the public domain. I was a bit nervous about using something like paper chase papers or something, because they have copyright on them. And even though in the UK with copyright law there are instances where something called fair use is okay, it's not entirely clear what constitutes fair use, whether it's a tiny little bit or whether it's, you know, I just don't want to worry about that. So so far I've put the decorative paper down, some music paper, some old lined paper, some other vintage paper, and a tiny bit of pink paper there. And I just thought that this image you know, complemented the pinks and the greens. So and I thought, well, how would that look? I'm quite curious to see when you stick down bits of fabric how they translate onto a scan. Well, we know they translate really well because of like the vintage, you know, like the napkins and embroideries that people scanning. They always look really nice. So I'm just enjoying playing with that. I think I'm going to ink those edges though. The trouble is, oh, here we are. I don't know if my gigantic cup of tea is in frame. I'll just move that away. I hope I don't spill it. So I hope everyone's well, having a great weekend. It's been a nice Sunday, relaxing. I haven't done anything yet. Well, I'm going out later, but going out to church later. I didn't feel like going this morning. And then I was sitting at my desk, so I thought, well, I'll just do a little bit of crafting before I go out. And then I thought, well, I'll just film a bit. Let's see. So I'm just going to, apologies, I know I'm shaking the camera. Ink this a little bit. I think Distress ink looks really nice when you scan it in. I don't know why. Yes, so I'm going to stick that down. So that's going to be quite a big part of a collage page. So sometimes if it's a mixture of things, that's lovely as well. Or sometimes you might just want to use a bit of something. So I've been doing a mixture of those two ideas. So this one, for example, has got, let's move. I'm in mayhem here. Nobody can see, but I really am. This one has got lots of different bits. I find this kind of more interesting actually, because there's a lot more variety and texture and patterns, and your eye starts to see things, starts to make sense of things. But anyway, it's nice to have a mixture of the two. Right, what else shall we do? I quite like this. Quite pretty, isn't it? Very vintage. But then it's got that crease there, so I don't know if this is a vintage thing, but the image itself is very vintage in style. There's a little kitty as well. Doesn't really go because that's all lovely and faded rose, and this is, oh, you know, it's, does it matter? Maybe not, I don't know. These are all vintage bits. I'm really not sure. Let's put it on and see. Let me cut these out and see, because this would be a good way of extending the life of these cutouts, because you know, once you use one, it's gone, you know, and it's not, I don't think it's something that I can replace. They're really old, so if they're on a collage sheet, then it kind of extends the life of them, doesn't it? I quite like how they look with the music in the background, and there's quite a lot of them. Doesn't go with that, really. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see. It's such a psychological thing. The minute I press record, I start doubting myself. This is some of my artwork. I've got too many of these on the page, so let me move them. I'll use this on another sheet because I really like it. Let's just have that there for now because that's quite nice. Oh, tell you what, I did have, what have I done with that birdie? I had a little birdie that I was going to put on there. Where is it? I did have a lovely little birdie. Oh, here it is. I was going to put on the edge of the page. See, yeah, I really like that as well. I hope this is in frame. I don't know. There. And it kind of blends in this square image into the page. I might put my bit of artwork there in the corner. A ripped edge would probably work better. I don't know what it is about collage and having torn edges. It just seems to work better, like blending better into the page. But it's going to be too, I don't know. I can't rip it now, so I'm just going to ink it though, because I think that will blend it in a bit better. Okay, so that I'm just going to stick that down because then it will be at the bottom. Tell you what, I should glue it on a surface. Okay, let's put that down here. Let me stick the little birdie down. Do I want the birdie there? I kind of do want the birdie there. It's a little lost over there. Yeah, I'll put the birdie there. Okay. And what else? What else? Let's have a look. I've got a whole pile of things that you can't see over here to the left of me. That's quite nice. It's a different tone of paper, isn't it, than this one, but I don't know, I just like that. I do. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. What else? What else? What else? Got a bit of a tag that I made and scanned in. Put that there. That looks, oh, let's not cover up the birdie's wings. I wonder if I can overlap it. I haven't stuck it down. I think I can still overlap it. So let me put that there, and then the birdie's wings can overlap like that. Oh, that will look nice. Whoops. So let me stick the doily down first. And stick this down there probably, and then the birdie's wings can overlap like that. That looks nice. And then maybe I'll ink the edges of this and then that will blend that into the page there. So I'm just going to stick that down. No idea what time it is because I'm filming with my phone and I usually use my phone to tell the time. So I need to check in a minute. Okay, that's nice. I really like that actually. Wonder if it needs something down here. Probably some lace, some fabric type of lace. I haven't really managed to go for the muted, you know, like a muted collage page. Because, ooh, I think that's nice. I'm gonna stick it down before I change my mind. Because I guess, you know, what's good about having a page that's more muted is that it gives you more options for decorating it. Hi, Daniela. Sorry? I'm filming something. Are you okay?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, the good thing about having a page that's a little bit more muted is that it does give you, you know, more options for how you use it and adding more stuff to it to make it your own. The downside of these pages is that there's already quite a lot going on. So it depends what you want to use it for, really. I'm just really enjoying making them. It's one of my favorite things to do is doing collage. It's a bit like life, I find. I was thinking that this morning. I woke up actually thinking, oh, I'd like to do some collage. Well, because I was doing some last night, that's why. And I was thinking about how collage is kind of like a visual parable of life. And how, you know, we have so many different things going on all at the same time. So many bits and things and circumstances and everything. But then it all kind of blends together, or can do, depending on your perspective. Yeah, when you look at your life and all the bits, you know, when it all comes together, it makes sense. It makes a beautiful life, I suppose, in the same way that a collage yeah. Oh, I think this page is done actually. I really like how that looks. Do I want to do that? I suppose I could. Why not? Some more lace going on there. Might overlap it a bit. I think that'll look interesting. Or maybe not. I'll use it for something else. Okay, so that's that one. So I'm going to scan that in and see what it looks like. We can see together what it looks like, although I need to let the glue dry and I probably do need to edit it a little, but we'll see. I'm actually carrying on the video from last night. So no, not last night, yesterday afternoon. Today's Monday, yeah, yesterday, which was Sunday afternoon. I didn't get to finish because I wasn't keeping track of time, so I had to go out. So yes, I finished this and then I scanned it in and printed it out, and it came out really nice. So that's the original and that's the scan, and so I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And so I have 4, so these are the 4 scans I've done so far. There's that one which we did together yesterday, and then you've seen, I think I may have shown, I probably have shown. There's that one, and there's this one. So I think I'd like to do a couple more. So it's now Monday evening. I've been out today visiting my friend. I've been outside London today. I went to visit my friend and goddaughter, and she gave me a whole bunch more stuff, which is just amazing. I'm so blown away. I'm sure you've heard me mention about my friend whose grandmother left, you know, collected a lot of craft stuff, and my friend inherited them. So she knows that I make these journals and I like vintage stuff. So yeah, she gave me a whole heap more stuff, which I'm just so blown away by. So I was really excited, and especially as they're roses, because that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I thought I would incorporate maybe one of these, some of these things in here. Yeah, there's lots of like kiddies, vintage children's things. There's some Easter chicks there. And I haven't looked through this properly actually, because I've not some angels, some cherubs, some flowers. Yeah, just loads of beautiful things. So that's yeah, just thought I'd show those. So I'm going to use, I think, some of these maybe in the, oh look, there's a Santa. There's a Santa. It's not really going to work with the rose themed. So I'm just going to grab a piece of paper and carry on from where I left off, a bit further on than where I left off yesterday. I just thought it'd be nice to get something done today, even though I've been out all day. Something done this evening. So A4 paper, A4 cartridge paper. I think I'm going to collage on a background on this one first, just to get my head in gear. So I'll just stick on some book pages, I think, and some music paper. It was really, really nice to be outside London today. I really needed it actually. Needed the fresh air and the change of scenery. Life gets very intense feeling living right in the centre of London. What am I doing? Which side was I gluing? Yeah, that feels sticky, so it must be this side. Yeah, life gets very intense feeling. It starts to feel very intense when I'm, you know, stuck in central London for too long. So today was a timely visit. It was so lovely. So yes, that's what I was up to today. So let me glue this down. Wow, I'm knocking stuff all over the place. I'm also working on white paper on a white background. So I can't entirely see what I'm doing. Okay. Just trim off the edges. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. The weekends fly by so fast. Just as I'm getting into the swing of the weekend, it's all over. Okay, so what else have I got? Tell you what I do want to use is some lined paper. Got some of this old notebook paper that was given to me. I just love the colour of it. So I think I'm going to use some of that. I need to trim off these edges though. I probably should rip it. I'm really not very good at ripping paper. Maybe I should use a ruler. I just like that torn edge. I think it's quite nice. I don't know, there's something about a torn edge that tricks your eye into blending it all together on the page. So let me stick that down. What else can I use as a background? This was the other half of a piece that I used yesterday. That's just lying on my desk, so put that there, I think. I want to ink the edges. Sorry, I'm not being very talkative today, am I? I find that I start to feel more chatty as I go along. Initially, I just feel awkward. Oh dear. All right, still got a bit there and a bit there. So, what shall I use? Have we got any other bits and pieces? Off a whole bunch of some scans that I did ages and ages ago of some sheet, you know, like sheet music. It's just white paper. Sheet music covers, and sometimes they have nice borders. Like not these ones. I don't know. Perhaps the ones I was using before. See, like this one has got a really nice border there, but it's quite small. But that might look quite nice on the paper, and this one as well. So I'll just have those at the ready. And this I already used for on another sheet. So like where is it? On this sheet I used a bit of a border there and there. So I was thinking actually it might be quite nice on one of these sheets to have a bit of each one would make a border there. Maybe let's see. So let's see if I can make that work. I won't be too precious about it. I think I'm just going to rip it and then see. Yeah, that'll look nice there in that corner. Glue that down. Okay. Just ink that a little bit. I'm not sure how much I like that at the moment, but as I layer things on top of it, it probably will blend in a bit better. I really like this sort of typography and stuff. Let me see. Oops. Yeah, that's quite nice. Just cut that. Let me ink these edges, I think. Okay. Actually, I prefer that at the bottom corner. So I've still got a couple of white bits to cover up. Okay. Okay, so I have a couple of white bits there. So what shall I cover those with? A bit of let me see. It's quite nice. Oh, maybe I could put that there. Could that work there or up here? I think I'll put it up there. Okay. Well, yes, these are left over from yesterday. These aren't actually the ones I'm looking for, but that actually does look really nice there. I'm just a little worried about this crease, but I suppose that will just add to the character. So I'll just put that there for now. And then, how about this one? I really like these bits. I almost don't want to cut this up because I just love the whole thing. I could just leave that on the page and maybe put a rose like in the middle there, couldn't I? Let's see. In there, I don't actually like what I did there with the tea stain, but yeah, that works. It covers up all the lines, but I think I will put that there. And then I can cover that with a rose of some sort. I actually think that could work there, you know. The edge of it will be cut off. But that's okay. I'm not entirely sure about this. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that, to be honest. I'll put that there for now. I'll stick these two bits down because I do actually quite like the way that looks. Okay, just pop that there. And this is going to give oh, I wish I hadn't moved it now because I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'll put that there. Would that be better overlapping? Would this be better overlapping that, I think? Cover enough to, yes, it will. So let me do that quickly. See if I can even out that crease a little bit. Good, I'm glad I made a decision. Okay, I'm being very indecisive today, so I'm just going to make some decisions. I mean, I don't have to use this, you know, that's the other thing, just to take the pressure off. Sometimes I think it's good to give ourselves permission to make mistakes or to actually just do something and maybe not like it, rather than be afraid of making a decision. So rather than worry about having it just right, in order to free myself up, I'm just going to give myself permission to make something, regardless of whether I use it like for the digital or not, you know. Sometimes you have to just be unafraid. And so that's what I'm going to do now. And let's see if that helps. So I give Ayosier, I'm giving myself permission to make a sheet that may not turn out perfect. It's gonna be okay. Manuscript paper. So I'm gonna stick that down. You just, sometimes you just have to keep, you know, just keep moving. Don't let the brain get too involved sometimes, especially when you're making art. You know, you just got to keep moving, get your intuition more engaged rather than overthinking. That's always my constant battle. And the joy of layering stuff is you can either cover something completely up or leave a tiny bit of it that all adds something to the finished product anyway. So I'm just gonna, right, I'm not gonna think, stop thinking. Right, I'll just stick that down there. If in doubt, stick a doily on it, that's what I say. Right, I've got my cute little kitty, so let's stick that down. You see, so even if I don't scan this one in or whatever, I've still made something that I can use, and if nothing else, I've actually just given my creative self a little bit of time this evening, which is also equally important, regardless of the outcome. So that's a good reminder, isn't it? Okay, that was a bit of movement. This is one of my artwork. The only reason I'm considering it is because that is super bright there, and I thought it might be nice to have something that's bright there. But I am also really loving just the vintage, all these vintage pieces. So And funnily enough, all of these pieces came from my friend's grandmother, so that's quite nice. And I've just been with my friend today, so this is a nice way to pay homage to her grandma by using all the pieces. It's nice to overlap things on a collage page, I think, because it sort of blends things in together. So I'm thinking that I might like a bit of doily or lace or something, just add interest there. So let's see, could I use something here? I think that would look quite nice. Here's my fabric scissors. I'll just snip off a little bit of this. Okay. I think that pattern will come up really nice as on the scan. Might put that there. I'm just curious to see what that will look like. What else? Got some more of this tea-dyed lace. I'm only going to end up doing one sheet, aren't I? Let's wait. But that's okay. I did one yesterday, and it's all going to be one video. I must remember that, so that's okay. Yeah, that'll look nice there. Okay, so let's just stick these bits down. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed recently. Means the world to me. Thank you so much. I can't remember. I think I was talking about that yesterday, how excited I was to get to 1,000 subscribers, which just blows me away. It's all very exciting for me. I'm always so touched that somebody would take the time actually to A, watch something that I'm rambling on about and B, take the time to write something kind. It just always, yeah, it just always touches my heart, you know. So thank you. It really is hugely appreciated. Okay, that's added a bit of interest to the page. Where shall this go? I'm just going to put that. Don't actually want to cover up that lovely pattern now, because that will make an interesting background for a collage. I think this might be done. It's not done, but I'm sort of done, if you see what I mean. Yellow, and that's yellow, yellow, there's yellow there. So even as I'm looking at it now, I'm thinking it probably will work. Oh, I wonder if I should rip it. Yeah, I really like that. I just need to rip it, I think, or cut it into an oval like there. Maybe I'll cut it into an oval. I wonder if that would work. I could stitch around it, couldn't I? With a zigzag stitch. That would add even more texture. which would be nice actually on a page that's got so much texture on it. So I'm just going to stick that down anyway. Try and overlap things a little. We overlap that there. Okay, I think I'm done. So I will probably finish the final one either today. Well, I won't do it today, it's quite late already. And then scan them all in. Well, I've scanned in a few, make sure it's all... I've still got to figure out, you know, how to list a digital item on Etsy. I've never done it before. So I'm hoping that'll be straightforward. And then when got that all sorted, I'll come back and show the finished things. Yeah, so there's something needed there, I think. I had that bit of white lace from yesterday, but I've discarded it somewhere. But yeah, I'll just probably fiddle with this a little more. Okay, so I think this is done. I found a little bit of white lace there, and I'm going to scan this in and print it out so we can see the finished product, and then we're done. Okay, so I've just printed, I've just scanned that in. So that's the original, and this is the scan. Now I think my printer's running out of ink, so it's not come up. It's nice because it's paler, so it looks more, could work more as a background, but there's a couple of things. It's hard to tell really, but the good thing is the crease I was worried about is not showing up an awful lot. This I think turned out quite nice. I might rescan it actually because it's a little bit blurred there, but anyway, it just gives you an idea. It's nice to see, to feel like we finished one, and I'm really pleased with the composition of it, considering I was so hesitant at first. I think it works really well as a collage page because there's bits you can cut off there. You could, if you cut off, you know, that would look really nice. This section, this would be nice as a backgroundy bit for something. So yeah, all in all, I'm really pleased. It looks like this sort of sheet that you could rip off bits and use in some way. So thank you very much for spending time with me this evening, and I shall see you soon. Lots and lots of love. Bye bye.